Welcome to another episode of a St. Vincent Untold Stories. On this episode, we feature a foreman that was sentenced to 180 years in prison. Not 10, not 30, 180 years. That more than a life sentence. I am sure that none out of the four men would ever live to see 180 years. A big ups to all of my subscribers. And if you are new to the channel, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon if you wish to see more videos like this one. Back in 2014, the Coast Guard intercepted a vessel off the coast of Shatibele. Yes, man, somebody snitch. Somebody sold out. From the time the man them spot the Coast Guard, the man them start to dash the thing them overboard. But the Coast Guard run up so fast and say, boy, don't move, don't move. Just imagine doing a crime and you got caught red-handed and you know the consequences. You start to shiver, you start to shake. Number two bagger come down, you start to puke. No matter how bad a man be, nobody wants to get caught red-handed when doing any crime. That is why I see some man mask down and gloves down and thing, so that they won't be identified. When you hear some man, I say them I go on some mission. You think them mission they easy. Sometimes you go out the rough water. You meet up on pirates all thing. So I think some man never bring the real food, give the bubble jet them, and the kind of work them and them have to do on the boat. You think that easy? Some man think planting the green substance is the hardest part, but going out there is harder. Remember, you don't know if you can get catch from Coast Guard, and you don't know if man can run up and rob you. Sometimes you go out there and you meet up on some big soil. Just imagine you in a little pirogue or one little fiberglass boat with a small engine with a 40 pound. And waves have start to beat hard pan that. Blotto, you feel like your stomach can drop out. Wonder if some people know how much Vincent men have gone missing. A man like Itch from up a Sandy, man like Moppy and others so them from out a Union Island. A plenty man, and them say Rambo all them on the mission pan boat. It is also alleged that the great Carl Valentine went a mission, but some are saying that he's in a different country. It is alleged that Calvert, Ezekiel, Daniel and Denzel was on a boat with two other men. And the man them spot the Coast Guard and start to dash out everything one time. Frightened because the man them don't see the situation. They were surrounded. When the Coast Guard collected all the package, it was over £2,000 with a street value of over $1 million. Back in 2014, the greener substance known as the puff puff was still selling like hot butter loaf of bread fresh out of the oven. It was about 2015 thereabout, the borders got tighter. Remember I told you about that in a previous episode? So it have man with real belly and stomach did a run in a places like Barbados and a swan and get $1,000 per pound. That was then, but you can't get $1,000 per pound now. There are some men who grow it locally, and they get like $200 to $300 per pound. But if you go through the process, as what they say, you can apply for a license. You have to sell for like $50 a pound. But there are those with the bigger license that can sell for more and package it. And once you have the medical card, you can buy it. So the men were arrested and charged. They were remanded into custody until the court came up again. And some of them went out on bail. Who could afford bail took it, and who could not had to stay behind. You notice earlier on I only mentioned the four names, but there were two others. There was a fella by the name of Godfrey and one by the name of Rajiv. It is alleged that Godfrey was the skipper, but you see, a couple days before the court hearing, Godfrey was sent to Dovecat by unknown assailants. Rajiv disappeared. The man now go to jail for 180 years. When you hear them big sentence, they run, Mr. Start to run, Mr. Take off. The man move like when some man go to Canada go pick her fruit. You know, some man sign up for some contract. And them a tell themselves, say, boy, my contract up, and me not know if me going back. So me a run off. Me not come back a Vinci. Thing hard pa me come from and me get a better opportunity pa and me a steady. Moon a run until they catch them, so me a run. If they catch me, then catch me. You see, during other court case, The magistrate looked at the mitigating factors. You see, some of the men had previous convictions for the same thing, for selling green substance and so forth. Do you remember we did an episode with Mr. Daniel Trimmingham Company, who passed away in prisons? Yeah, man. A company do something will rock the entire nation, and the man make people afraid to come outside. So the allegations are that out of the 180 years, it was split between all the men, and the sentences would run concurrently. Concurrently means what? You have to do the most time given out of the sentence. And I think when they say consecutively, you have to do all the time. So consecutively is like when one finish, another one starts again. If you have more, it is also alleged that one of the man was deported more than once from another island. When the question came up about who owned the boat, nobody claimed ownership. So the Coast Guard seized the boat too. It is alleged that once the vessel have been used in a criminal proceeds, that it has to be seized. But sometimes they give it back to the real owner. And if we say rehabilitation, then we could tell the man them say, look here, we're parking the boat there while until Uno come out of prison. And Uno go use the boat for fishing, for feeding Uno kids and thing. But with such a big sentence, by time them man they do road, them kids don't come big man and big woman. Over the years, a lot of Vincents and young men and women have been charged with the possession of the greenest of your stands. Some all go to foreign country and never come back. And who come back from prisons can tell you about the story about the amount of beatings they got in places like Barbados and St. Lucia. Some said one time they went to Caracas and some little short man with some butu stick. All I hear, claddai, officer, chance please. One of those individuals who went to prisons in St. Lucia said that he was riding around one time with some men in a jeep, and one of the man had a popo in his possession, and the man dropped the thing under the seat. And from the time the man dropped the thing in, the police reached upon the man them. The man said him not know where the Lucian them tell the police, but he was the only one that he saw in custody. The man them put him in a separate room. The man said them put a bag over him head. If you want a punch and box, doop, doop. Every time he talk, I'll pan him lip bust up. Him try to play tough and play him not talk. Bridging. The man them pull a piece of pipe hose and do so swai. The man say, mommy. You know, like when cat kitten hungry, whole night them a make noise. Meow, meow, meow. The man bawl until him can't bawl no more. Till everything song dry. You see some of them youth sleep on street corner with them mouth along like Ballahu and Wahoo. Them better behave themselves. Because them can't survive on the upper view foot. Or wrong a Trinidad, wrong a Lavantil. No, sir. Them would get sent a Dovecat same time. You think of a push mouth of badness? Sometime you go on some boat and the Coast Guard catch you and you go to some prison where you never know nobody. The man them never want self give a phone call for reach a relative. So you have to do it by yourself and bear the grinds, bear the hardship. And every day, them a call you from beating you at Count of Monte Cristo. In some of those prisons, you are only limited to 1 meal a day. And plus you get some bad man in there go just take your bread and drink your tea. And you just have to do it quiet if you're not rough and tough. Right and now, for beat the system, you have to real smart. The man them have radar and thing out pan the water. The man them have plane and watch over. Fast forward to 2023. Vince man hardly run them wrist for God pan water. You know why? Because the puff now sell like a before. If you get it to some far country, then you would make some big money. But nearby now go buy it for the money them used to pay before. No, sir. And how medical thing they in. And in some places it would sell so slow. So if you decide say I go make a quick money, think again. You might have to study for a long time for try hustle the dollar. Or you might have to do what the subs man them used to do. Swap it for radio and TV and all them kind of thing. Viewers and subscribers, tell us what you think in the comment section about this situation. This is also a sad one. Because when these men are behind bars, how are their kids going to get uniform and books?